We're back, and today is days of preparation number 5, and we are having a very special time because we're starting right into that pivotal, foundational, bottom line, what really makes things tick show. And as usual, we are on Celebrate Life at reggae.com, and we are looking at days of preparation, 15 days before the proposal for the king. And this whole series can be used to prepare yourself for any kind of proposal, whether it is a business proposal or a romantic proposal or a proposal from the King of Kings. So whatever state you are in, you need to watch this because it's going to prepare you to be the best candidates, because we are using the example of Esther, who was being put through all these days of preparation as she got ready for the proposal from the king. And as you know, those of you who know or do not know, whichever, the issue is that she won. And so we just need to learn from this exactly how we can win over any proposal that we are faced with. But we have to look at the underlying issues that would be blockages and that would prevent us from getting there, and we have to clear out all of those so that we can really get to the meat of the matter. So join me today on Reggae to Reggae, Celebrate Life, as we look at the 4 rules of Celebrate Life. 1. Know where you're going. 2. Know your driver. 3. Pay as you enter. And 4. Enjoy the ride. And we are going to be giving you the nuts and bolts, the know-how of how to go through these 4 stages as you approach any problem. And we have been doing this now for a few months, giving you these ideas on a day-by-day basis of how you can celebrate every moment of every day and every day of every week, and every week of every month, and every month of every year, etc. So we're just chronicling and following my journey so that you can benefit from it. So don't say that it's the only way. It is the way I have gotten over, and I hope you can get some little ideas of how we can get over. As usual, every day we celebrate a jam icon. And last week, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, I had on 3 beautiful crochet outfits made by 3 different Jamaican icons in that particular field. And they are all still around today, all still producing wonderful stuff. And I thought that this week I would encourage you to bring out your own skills and abilities, because every one of us is an icon. Once you're born in Jamaica, you are a jam icon. And so we want to encourage you to bring out that part of yourself, that genius that is in each and every one of us. It may be one genius or several of them, but you need to develop them and bring them out so that you can benefit from it, you can enjoy it, and also you can share it with so many others so that they too can enjoy it. So I am doing my own stuff this week, and yesterday I showed you my cotton sweatsuit with the hoodie top, and it's comfortable, versatile, can be worn anywhere, anytime. And today I have another outfit, and as usual I give an idea of how long I've had those things. Yesterday's piece I probably had about 15 years, and this is probably older than 15 years. It's closer to 20 years, or probably 22. As you can see by the washed out bag, but then it's just a difference in shade here, it's variety, right? And so this outfit is a flare polka dot skirt. You can't see that part, but it's really wide. If you could see it, you would see that it comes all the way out and up. Anyway, and then it's worn with a little strap top and a scarf. But if you're getting a little, warm, cold, and you need to just sort of warm up. And it's just really a very, very versatile piece, which I really have enjoyed over the years. So let's continue with our specifics of today's show, which is Days of Preparation, Day 5, and we are looking at who we were created to be and do as the number one priority. And it says, my notes here say, we were created to give and receive love. Ha ha, know where you're going. That's the first part. What were we created for? What pathway were we intended to go down? And this is it. In every relationship that we have, we need to understand that we were created to give and receive love. That means that in all our interactions, we need to give and receive love. Now, it's a tall order, very tall order, meaning nigh impossible situation, right? Because if we are to give and receive love in all our interactions, that means that we need to give and receive love, first of all, from our Creator. Then we need to give and receive love, secondly, to ourselves and from ourselves. Thirdly, we have to give and receive love and for others. So let's just examine this journey of where we're going and what it really means. Alright, starting with number 1. We have to learn to love the Lord our God with all. This is what we call the Shema or Shema in the Hebrew. It's in Genesis chapter 6, and it covers the groundwork, the foundation for the life of a country, for the life of an individual. And it is demonstrated and put out in the Old Testament. In order to be successful in everything you do, the first and most important thing should be, you should hear, O Israel, whether you are physical Israel or spiritual Israel, hear that you, the Lord thy God, is one. And thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, soul, mind, and strength. And that is it. Unless you think that that is from the old covenant, let's move fast forward into the New Testament. When the disciples were puzzled by all the different rules and regulations that the Jewish lifestyle had, the Sadducees and the Pharisees, and they had this rule and that rule. You must make sure that you give so much tithe, and you make sure you don't do this on the Sabbath, etc. And they were getting a little mixed up and confused, and they asked Jesus, which is the greatest and most important and first commandment? Because I am getting so confused over all the different do's and don'ts. And we have all of those in our religions too. You notice I said religions, but if we want to get in tune with the Spirit and our true spiritual selves, and not have any stress. Watch this finger. You need to learn what is the best, the first, the most important. And that's what the disciples asked Jesus. And when they asked him, he answered, "Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart and soul and mind and strength." And then he went on to tell him that the second one is as unto the first. It's like the same thing. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. So the second is like the first. So, wow! What he was really saying is this, that it is the foundation for everything else. And if you really, 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 really love the Lord your God with all your heart, that's your spirit realm, your soul, that's your emotional and relational area, strength, that is your body, physical area, and your mind, that's the thoughts. That's where the spirit resonates, in your thoughts and in your gut. My mind did tell me, I had a gut feeling in the loins. That is where it all resonates. And out of that will come everything else. So we're going to break that down in the next section. Soon come back. See you in a while.
On reggae2reggae.com, we encourage our listeners with an inclusive, intelligent, alternative media experience.
Join me for Celebrate Life, where we will be looking at all the issues that you could possibly have and how you can transform them into a celebratory occasion. Celebrate Life on reggae2reggae.com. See you there.
Reggae to reggae, bun down Romana. Make it burn, them comana. Make it burn, bumpy go omana. Make it burn, bun. Africa we come from, man. Reggae to reggae. Big up on yourself, saying, I love, as I would say.
Are you struggling with some kind of health condition? Is it arthritis, high blood pressure, Crohn's disease, constipation, AIDS, cancer? Whatever it is, we can show you how to get your natural defenses up so that your bodies will deal with your condition. Join us as our studio audience on reggae2reggae.com when we will teach you how to celebrate every moment of your life. Call us at 336-7350 for information. Limited space.
Oh my eyes. With all this
And we are in our second segment of Celebrate Life. Days of Preparation, day 5. Just put 5 here so I can remember. And we are here talking about we were created to give and receive love. We're talking about the foundation about preparing ourselves to get ready for the proposal of the King. And it's all about love. So we gotta get ready, get ready, get ready. And in the first section, we were looking at number 1 foundation. Right here on Celebrate Life, reggae.com. And I am here to tell you that if you don't get the first thing first, and if you don't have the priority, everything afterwards will be dysfunctional. So we better get number 1 right. Now, we are in section number 2. First section was know where you're going. We showed the direction. We need to learn to give and receive love. Number 2 now has to do with know who is driving. And I'm here to tell you, you see, if in no other show, but any other show but this one, this is the most important show. Because if you don't know who is directing this, there is absolutely no way you can give and receive love to everybody. Unless it is being directed by the Spirit of our Creator. Now I want to read this section because it is so important and I wouldn't be able to explain it any other way. You know, I get downloaded these things in words and I write them down, and then after that I can't even come up with it as well as I hope to. So let's see, listen to it. God created me to give love. Yikes, I love it. He created me to receive love. He created me to enjoy love. We know that because He created us in His image and He is love. Alright. Any unloving spirit that tells us otherwise is a violation of our Creator and how He created us. So that will be a violation of Him and a violation of us, because He is love and we are created in His Spirit. So we are love in His image with His Spirit. Wow. Let's give the devil a headache and love ourselves with the love God has for us. Now that I got from my Being Health advices, and you can patch it on that whole website by going on to my website, celebratelife.me, not com or org or net, celebratelife.me, and you will see on my links where you can link right into Be in Health, which is one of my associates, and we look at the spiritual roots of all physical issues, right? And so that is one of the things that we concentrate on, helping persons to look at the roots of their issues. And I am here to tell you, every problem you face, every problem I face is a result of our not loving our Creator. Commandment number 1. Not loving ourselves. Commandment number 1b. And not loving others. Commandment number 2. Why is the second one commandment number 1b? Because 1a is loving God, who is love. And because we have been endued with His Spirit, His image, made in His image, then we are also love. He made us to receive His love and to give out His love to others. And it's easy as cheese. Once we remain in the place that we need to be. So, when we come into the next segment, we will be looking at exactly how to do that. But here we want to just look at know your driver, which is segment number 2, and that is going to be know who is propelling you forward, who is giving you the wherewithal to love him, to love yourself, and to love others. Because I am here to tell you there are times when I do not love God. Why? Because I'm vexed. I am vexed with him because something that he allowed to happen or did not allow to happen, I don't agree with it. But guess what? I need to understand that anything he allows is for my benefit. And anything he does not allow is for my benefit. And when I agree with that, then I turn around and I'm loving him again. So, sometimes I have these speed bumps on the road, but I know who is my driver, my dear, and I ain't taking on any other employee to drive my bus, because he knows all the curves in the road, all the challenges of the journey, and he has already prepared solutions for them. You understand? So we need to just patch into that, alright? Okay, so that is the first thing. Secondly, loving myself. Oh, that's challenge number 2. But when I recall and go back and just keep reminding myself, I am made in his image. He is love. I am made in his image. He is love. If I am made in his image, then I am also love. I have his capacity to give and receive. And it is as I receive his love for me that I can give out his love for me. The love that I have received. You see, a lot of us, well, not a lot of us, all of us do not have the capacity to give and receive love. We can only give what we receive from him. Consequently, we've got to be in a state where we see him as our priority and we interact with him to receive that love on a daily basis, on a momentary basis, every day. So we have to plan to be in that place every morning to receive this love. Because I'm here to tell you, we're talking about ourselves first, right? And anytime you do not go into that place of receiving that download of love, I thought about topping up and overflowing on a daily basis, as you get into that secret place, if you don't do that, don't eat your supper that day, because you are sure to do something that is going to disgust you. Well, I'm only speaking from my own experience. I do things on a daily basis that are not acceptable. And I'm just being kind to say, not acceptable. And when I get to that place, I just get angry at myself, and I get disgusted at myself and frustrated with myself, and it doesn't last very long. Because I remember the morning when I got my download. And I said, thank you, Jesus. Sorry. Just remove that. Because I don't want my annoyance at myself to color the rest of my day. So I just put it where it belongs, under the blood, and receive his forgiveness, ask him to receive his forgiveness, and move along again. And I'm here to tell you, it's as simple as that. Don't let anybody tell you, say you have to tarry and you have to be, under the weight of your misdemeanor, fault, or sin, and show real penance in order to get forgiveness. That's not his way. Guess what? All this suffering has been done by Jesus when he took everything on him. So why am I to go ahead and beat up myself now? Sorry, that is not in this book. That is not a part of the operations manual. And so we need to learn how to forgive ourselves and to love ourselves regardless of, right? And so I am telling you, the most overworked verse in my knowledge of the Bible is 1 John 1:9. It says, if we confess our sins, He is faithful and just to forgive us of our sins and to cleanse us from all unrighteousness. And I use it over and over every day. And I have no apologies, because that is the provision made for me to live in His image, to receive and accept and embrace His love and be a channel of it to everybody that I come in contact with. Well, brings me to the last part. The second is as unto it. It means that that is the only way that I can be a channel to others. It's the only way I can love my enemies. That is not natural. It is not normal. It is only possible with the help of Almighty God, your Creator. So, I want to encourage you to take the first step. Know who is your driver. Know who has prepared this whole plaything for you. And follow that driver so that you can move ahead and love yourself regardless of what you do. You cannot just come to the place where you hate yourself because you do this and you do this. Look, we're still human. And a way has been provided for us to not live there. But as we remember what I said about the stepping stones in yesterday's show, every time we go up and hit a bump, it provides a little foothold, a stepping stone to move up around, to grow and to learn and to go ahead. So, we're going to be talking a little more about Pay As You Enter. Exciting show. Soon come back. See you soon.
On reggae2reggae.com, we encourage our listeners with an inclusive, intelligent, and innovative alternative media experience.
This is the Uprising Roast Band, and I represent the reggae2reggae.com. Boom, shakalaka, boom, boom, boom. Sing, check out, I'm out. Trench down, you keep bang bang ding bidong bang bang bang. Trench down, you keep on rocking, yeah.
Join me for Celebrate Life, where we will be looking at all the issues that you could possibly have and how you can transform them into a celebratory occasion. Celebrate Life on reggae2reggae.com. See you there.
Reggae to reggae, reggae to reggae, taking over the world. Oh my.
They will come to pass. With all this injustice, this world could never last. Oh, somehow I know things have got to change.
Hi! It's time to be back on segment 3 of Celebrate Life on our day number 5 of our days of preparation. Now we are looking at this whole thing about preparing ourselves for the King's proposal or any other proposal. And the basis is to learn to love God, love ourselves, and love others. We looked in our first segment on where we are going. Our objective is to get to the place where we love God, love ourselves, and love others. Secondly, we looked at who is driving this book, who is leading this bus, who is driving and leading this journey, and that is our Creator. And He has put the provision in place. We were made in His image, and He has imbued us with the same thing that He has, and He is love, and so we are love. So we have the wherewithal. And then we look at the provision He has made for us to love Him, to love ourselves, and to love others. And the way to get back in place when we have gotten out of place. Because we know that every day we contribute these three things. And as we do, we have a way back. And it doesn't have to take us 1 minute, less than a minute, but that's my objective. Right? As soon as I recognize I'm out of line, I just use that way back and I am ready to go again. So the third part is pay as you enter. What do I need to do to develop a rhythm, a culture of just doing this? We look at the process. 1, if you do not love God, do not love yourself, and do not love others, you are going to be the creator of the dysfunctionalities in life. And so we were made as solutions, and that is the solution, to love God, love yourself next, and then love others. And so we need to look at how this impacts on our physical health, our psychological health, and our spiritual health. If you love God, 1, you will follow. It says, if you love me, you will obey my commandments. And He has laid down these commandments in His Word. It's the operations manual. It is the book that gives us the details of everything we are to do to be in health. He says, I wish above all things that you prosper. Prosperity is a thing of the Spirit. It is not about money. It is about always having more than enough of all the resources that you need. That's what prosperity and the word prosperity means. So don't let those who are preaching the prosperity gospel tell you that it is money. Prosperity means having always more than enough in every area to supply your own needs and the needs of others. So I wish above all things. That is why it is above all things that you prosper. And if it is that wish is above all things, then it has got to engage the Spirit. And that is why prosperity is a thing of the Spirit. I wish above all things that you prosper. Be in good health. And here it is referring specifically to your physical health. The issue of diseases, the issue of, we are just analyzing this and then we come back to the prescriptions. And prosper, be in good health. So many persons who think they are prospering in the spiritual realm are not prospering in the physical realm. I know very spiritual persons, know the Bible, they are just on a high when it comes to the things of the Spirit, but them weigh 350 pounds. Them have heart this, them have this, them have that, and them have that. What is going wrong? I am not here to give you no prescription. I am just here to read the Word. Because guess what the Word in the operations manual says? It says, I sent my word to heal them. It says, by His stripes I am healed. That means the stripes that He had when He died for us was for our healing. That is what healed us in the past and is still efficacious to heal us in the present. Another one said, You know? Oh my goodness. When I think about it, it says that he healed all that came unto him. So does it mean that those who were not healed did not come unto him? Well, you know, there are other parts of the word that clarify this. It also talks about in certain areas he couldn't do much healing because there were so many doubters. It also talks about there was so much unbelief. And so there are so many areas that prevent the healing process from happening in our lives. And we wonder sometimes, what has caused all of this? It's all in the Word. So, when we look at the second segment that says, I wish that you prosper, be in great health, it goes on to clarify, as your soul prospers. What is the soul's prosperity? The soul is the area that encompasses our emotions and our relationships. And the emotions involve our thought processes, our feelings, our decisions, our choices that we have with ourselves. And then the relationships have to do with all the interactions that we have with others. And it is in that area that the groundwork is done for the prosperity of the spirit and the prosperity of the day. So let's just do a little analysis as to what we need to do where that is concerned. Because that is where we pay as you enter our third segment. Because if we don't understand what we need to do to have the results that are mentioned in the operations manual, then you ever heard of troubleshooting? It's in the back of usually in the back of a manual for any kind of piece of appliance. At the end they always say troubleshooting. When this goes wrong, you are to do this. When this goes wrong, you are to do that. Well, guess what? This manual have the same thing in the back. It's called troubleshooting. Some people call it a concordance, but I call it the troubleshooting section. You need peace. Look in the troubleshooting section for peace and read every reference to peace. You'll get peace. You need joy, you need love, you need husband, you need marriage, you want to get married. It does not matter. Look for that word in the troubleshooting segment, and I'm here to tell you. I am here to tell you, as I'm here to tell you, it works every single time. You just read all of those things that have to do with that particular thing, and he sent his word to heal us. So how do we get to the place where we get in a position to give and receive love from everybody? We have already been given the wherewithal. We need to understand that it all happens in the soulish realm. In our taking control of our emotions and taking control of our relationships. We can't have our emotions control us. We must control them. And so whenever we are distracted by any of these emotions, we need to go and look at what the instruction manual has to say about those things. Fear, guilt, shame, anxiety, depression. And in this section, I think I have time to deal with two of them. Fear and anxiety, which are the two major. This manual says that my Creator has not given me a spirit of fear. Where did it come from? The distractor of my soul. Alright. He is the one who comes to kill, steal, and destroy. So, what do I want to do? Embrace that? Or embrace what my Creator has given me? Not fear, but power to overcome that distraction. Love, to deal with all the love of our Creator, ourselves, and then others. And that's all, man. Our self-control. So what else do we need? If you have self-control where you can now use what has been given to you to control the love of yourself, your Creator, and others. That's it. And I want to be the last one. Be anxious for nothing, but in everything, by prayer, supplication, with thanksgiving, make your request known unto your Creator, and He will just hug you up and put a hedge around you of what? Peace. And guess what? It's time to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about how we're going to enjoy this ride of learning to love, learning to give and receive love. So come back.
On reggae2reggae.com, we encourage our listeners with an inclusive, intelligent, and innovative alternative media experience.
Are you struggling with some kind of health condition? Is it arthritis, high blood pressure, Crohn's disease, constipation, AIDS, cancer? Whatever it is, we can show you how to get your natural defenses up so that your bodies will deal with your condition. Join us as our studio audience on reggae2reggae.com when we will teach you how to celebrate every moment of your life. Call us at 336-7350 for information. Limited space.
So keep it tuned to reggae2reggae.com and we'll have more for you. Keep it locked.
Reggae to reggae, reggae to reggae, taking over the world.
Oh my eyes. These words have been spoken by my master. They will come to pass. With all this injustice, this world could never last. Oh, somehow I know things have got to change.
We're back in segment 4 and I just finished my master cleanser. Whoa! Pepper. Sink to the bottom of the glass and boil it hot. But then it's clearing all my sinuses and breaking up everything. So great. So we are looking at day 5 of days of preparation, and we are looking at giving and receiving love and preparing ourselves to be in that place where we can give and receive love to everybody, right? And we looked at what's the road we're going on. That's the road we are journeying on, our goal and objectives. 2, who is empowering this journey? And we looked at how God has made us in His image and made us to be love, to give and receive love because He is love. And then 3, we looked at all the steps that we need to engage in order to be the channels of love. How we love Him, how we love ourselves, and how we get over some of the pitfalls of anxiety or fear, which often involves the soulish realm. Because in order to have physical health and spiritual health, we need to make sure that we take control of our psychological health, which is our choice and our decision. Believe it or not, it has nothing to do with what your mother did or what your father did or what has impacted you, etc. Right? Don't let no psychologist tell you that. The Word of God says, prosper, be in health as your soul prospers. God has not given you a spirit of fear, but of love, power, love, and a sound mind. Be anxious for nothing, in everything, prayer and supplication. With thanksgiving. Make a request known unto Him, and He will cast your hearts and minds with love. Now, I want to start this section with how we can enjoy the right of giving and receiving love. Because, some people grin and bear it. I have to love this person, and so I will love them. But you're not enjoying it. You can enjoy it. And I want you to understand that the only time you're having a challenge is not receiving what God has for you, is because your spirit that He has put in you is out of sync with His spirit. And what do we call that? Stress. Stress. And anytime you're stressed, you need to stop, back off, and see where you have disaligned your spirit from God's spirit. We cannot have stress unless we are out of sync with God's spirit. That means you are disobedient. It could be a sin of omission or commission, it doesn't matter. God has not given us stress. There has no stress taken. No stress approach to you, but such as is common to man. Everybody has challenges and opportunities to be stressed. Common to man. Whether you're black, you're white, you're brown, you're beige, you're blue, you're pink, you're rich, you're poor, you live in the North Pole or the South Pole, whatever the demographics are and the geographics are, it does not matter. You are not stressed more than any other person for your situation. Okay? Common to man. The next part is where I just stand up on. It says, God, my Creator, is faithful. Faithful and will not allow me to be stressed about that which we are able. So anything that comes to me, He brings along with it the resources. So just sail through it, go around it, over it. You understand? And that is how I live my life. And I can, in the midst of all the issues, engage the love of God for myself, regardless of how I mess up, and for others, regardless of how they mess up. Because sometimes I think I am more of them messing up than me messing up. Fleetingly. But after I think about it, I realize that I mess up just as much or even more That's what loving other people and loving God makes you aware of. And then you are free now to love everybody, because you know why? There, but for the grace of God go I. And it doesn't matter where they are going. I could be there if it wasn't for the grace of God. And the other flip side of it is everything that I have accomplished and have done and have risen to and have grown into and have learned and enjoy is also a result of the grace of God, which is available freely to everybody. So let us remember that every provision that we need is there. No stress taken. Come on to man. God is faithful. He is faithful. Will never allow you to be stressed more than you are able. Enabled by who? Him. So He's the source. He is the solution. He is the resource. He is the provider. He is the protector. But will with every issue that faces you make a way of escape, that you may be able to deal with it with joy. That's why it says, count it all joy when you fall into all kind of stress, tests, temptation, this, that, knowing that this is just a stepping stone to move up around on the land. So as we look at all the stepping stones that we had in the last year, what a year of stepping stones, 2013. I love it. Every stepping stone needs to be embraced and stepped on so that you move up high, so that you learn and grow from those situations. And then we are prepared for 2030 when we're going to go through the open doors. And that's what we are going to engage in this year. So remember, I was made to give and receive love. You need some love? I'm always to give. Make sure you bring something, give me back. But it doesn't matter whether you bring it back or not, because usually the persons that we give out to are not the ones who are going to give back to us. And when we recognize that our reward comes from God loving us, and the amount of love He has to just shower on us, you really don't need any more. The rest is just a brought-up. So as we prepare ourselves in these 15 days of preparation, getting ready for the proposal of the King, remember, these preparation days will also prepare you to be able to accept graciously and gracefully the proposal of somebody on the earthly realm. It also prepares you for business proposals, because if you operate from this perspective for those proposals, then you will be able to distinguish those things that are coming in an unloving way to try and trick you. And of course, you will also clarify your own objectives to make sure that you're not trying to trick anybody else. And remember that God has made us to give and receive love. And if we give and receive love, we live in what I call a win-win situation, where I win and you win. Because if I'm giving you love, and you're giving me love, isn't that a win-win situation? Because one of the things that I love about love is that as you engage in it and give it away, it becomes bigger. It expands. And it doesn't expand by addition, it expands by multiplication. And it's just a wonderful way to live. So you learn to give love regardless of what's coming at you. You learn to give love regardless of whether others reciprocate or not. Because you just become a love-giving machine. And that's the best way to live, because guess what? It doesn't matter what they do or don't do. It just slides off your lap. Remember, we operate in the soulish realm to decide whether we are going to be successful or not. So prosper. Be in good health. Make sure your soul prospers by giving love to every relationship that you have, and giving love to yourself first. So until tomorrow, when we'll be going into day 6 of our days of preparation, and we'll be talking more about getting ready for the proposal of the king. It is Shalom. And please put into practice what we have talked about today, and tomorrow you'll be all bright, ready, bushy tail to move ahead again. Bye-bye, and have a wonderful evening. Until tomorrow on Celebrate Life. Reggae.com. Bye.
Coming down on my people, taking the goodness of life and rendering them evil. You see, the little that they gave you was just to deceive you. Don't tell me that you were blind. Don't let the devil fool you. Oh, oh, yeah. Somehow I know things have got to change.
You are